What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options, I can pass that bitch like Stockton. Just joshing, I'm spending this holiday locked in. My body got rid of them toxins. Sports in the top 10.
Callin' my bitch, tell her bring me that noggin. Brain real good, she a scholar. I like a thing with low mileage, good brain with no college. Call me the baby, no Tyler. I'm real creative and stylish. F in my denim. I send that hit, make them spin 'em. And I just flew back from.
Welcome back to another edition of Diamond in the Rough Sports Talk. For today's show, we got a great one planned for you guys. Our first dual interview for our first guest. We have the #1 safety in all of America, the All-American Mr. Sage Ryan. Also joining us, his head coach, Coach Carter, the defensive guru and the head honcho over at LCA. Fellas, welcome to the show. You know, it's really a pleasure being able to interview you. So, you know, before we get into it, you know, tell us how the pandemic has been. You know, how has it been preparing for a football season with the pandemic?
It's kind of been a little rough, a little different. I know with my recruit, it's never been like as planned, but you know, I had to just do me. And with the team, I couldn't really be a leader to my team like I wanted to because we kind of started late. But we kind of getting stuff situated right now.
Definitely. How about you, Coach? How would you say it?
Up until this point, it's just been so much uncertainty. It's good to finally have a couple of dates set in stone. Like now we got an end game, so we got the championship days that's set. And now we got some actual schedule. Before it was like we were kind of working out and planning for the season, but we didn't have dates to actually get started. But now, shoot, we got a game next week.
Yeah. So Sage, man, tell me, you know, you're a great collision player. You know, you're great at reading plays. Take me back to that play against Calicut, New Iberia when you read the screen. Was there anything, the screenplay, was there anything in the leading indicators pre-snap that you may have known? Because the way you jumped on it, it was just like you knew ahead of time what was coming. You know, you made a great collision play and caused a big hit, one of the best hits I've ever seen in high school football.
Yes,
so
indeed.
If you could just take us back to that.
I kind of just read and react on a play. A few plays before I was playing, like outside linebacker, just trying to get to the quarterback, but then they moved me to safety. So just kind of the lineman kind of spread apart, so I could hit that hole, and I just read the screen the whole way.
Right, definitely. So man, take me back to the championship run a year ago. Just tell us what it was like to compete in the state championship, and what are some of your most memorable moments from that year?
The crowd, it was different from a regular like high school game. I like the intensity of the game. We started off fast. We was clicking on all cylinders. So it was just a good experience.
Definitely. Now, you know, with the season coming up, you know, you guys were getting prepared. You know, tell us what we can expect, you know, from your perspective from you guys this year.
We're going to have a physical team. We're going to come out start fast every game. We're going to be let's see how I can put this. Well, we're gonna be fast. Our technique gonna be right. Everything just gonna be going as planned. We're gonna start the week off strong, Monday through Friday. Then that's just gonna be it.
Definitely. Now you were selected an Adidas All-American. You know, tell us what it's like to receive, you know, such a prestigious, to play in such a prestigious game, and then also you Under Armour wanted you to be in their game as well, right? Just tell us, you know, what, if you don't mind, what led you to picking Adidas over Under Armour?
Like you said, it's just an honor to be selected as an All-American. Some people dream about this, and I actually get the opportunity to play in the game. I've been dreaming about it since I was young. And then about the Under Armour situation, Adidas originally picked me first, so they gave me the opportunity, so I chose them. But the Under Armour game, nice too, for all the young guys who want to just be different and go to the Under Armour game. It's nice too. So.
Definitely. Now you also, you know, you're primarily an offensive player, you know, and I didn't know that, you know, until talking with Coach yesterday. Man, tell us what it's like to be able to compete on both sides of the ball at a high level.
Coming into both games, it's kind of like nerve-wracking because you don't want to mess up on one, and then that leads to the next mistake. But you just got to go in calm. It's a preparation,
definitely,
from being offense to defense. So it just comes with practice. It's actually fun to be able to be versatile on the field. And I recommend to go both ways, like both ways on the ball, because that'll like boost your recruitment.
Definitely. So what are some skills that you learn on the offensive end that you feel like will translate on the next level to the defensive end?
Some of the routes that I run, I pick it up like when I'm on the defensive side, and just what to do on the offensive side, like what I would do in that certain situation. I just take those tips and tricks that I would do on both sides.
Definitely, man. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you are the #1 safety in America. Just tell us, in your opinion, what is the marking of a great safety? What are some physical and mental traits that a great safety must have?
When you make a mistake, just to put that behind you, but don't keep getting beat to where it's just in your head. Like, you gotta learn from those mistakes. Your vision, how you read and react, how you tackle, and your vote, like how vocal like are you in the game? Like if you're talking to your teammates, that just makes like a good safety. Like one of our safeties, Brylan Green, he like the quarterback of the defense. He's very like vocal, so that just helps us to be better on the field too.
Definitely. Now, can you give us your top 5 music artists of all time, and what's going through the playlist to get you ready for the game?
I like Boosie, Wayne, Young Boy. I like that little baby. Just get me going. My fluid's going.
Facts. Yeah. Well, that's all the questions I have for you, Kendall.
Well, Mr. Sage, what will be your academic major in the college that you choose to go to, and what is about that major you want to pursue a degree in that field?
Probably business management or software engineering. I feel like everybody want to own their own business in life one day. I feel like if I major in that it'll prepare me to own my own business. And software engineering is different, it's harder. You gotta know how to do science and math, and that's some of the things that I need to work on. And I feel like it'll help me in life in general.
What age did you realize your football skills can take you far in life? And who was the first person you told that you were serious about putting your all into football?
Probably my mom and my Uncle Trev. I've been playing since I was about 5, so I just knew like right away that I had a passion and a love for it, that I was gonna be dedicated to it, and I kind of wanted to use that like to bring people to God, like football just brings people together. You need all 11 players to be successful, so that's some things.
Can you please elaborate to the world, whatever school that you commit to, what kind of young man they will be getting on and off the field?
Very humble, dedicated to the game. Just a great man on and off the field. They can my value gonna be great on and off the field. I'm gonna be you can count on me. You can count on me as being a leader on and off the field. So that's just some of the things. Just a well-respected man. Just somebody that could be a light to people. And just spread the word.
From reading about you, I currently see your speed is clocking at your 40 is clocking at 4.4. What are you currently doing to get faster? And is that speed is God-given speed, or is you run track or something?
It's kind of both God-given. Compared to all my other family members, I really never had to work for nothing. Like, it was just all given. So that's why I try to just use it the best that I can. Probably Coach Reggie probably taught me like my form and stuff. That's one thing. Like how I shoot my hips and stuff. It's just some little tips and tricks that can make me faster.
What are some of your hobbies outside of football?
Probably video games, hanging with friends, movies. That's about it.
For my last question, what is your burning desire?
Probably my mom. She do everything for me. She makes sure I have food in my mouth, clothes in my back. My family, coaches, just my people that are mentors in my life. God, most importantly. That's some of the things that every time I wake up in the morning, I think about.
Me too. I thank God for everything. I thank God, to be in the presence of you and Coach. set it up. And that was my last question. Coach Carter.
Coach Carter, defensive guru. Coach, tell us, what is it about coaching that you enjoy the most, and what would you say is the most difficult part about it?
I would say that the best part and the hardest part are kind of one and the same. It's the kids, like the kids and the guys that I get to be around. Unfortunately, it's only for a short period of time.
Yep.
So 4 to 5 years at the most with a certain group of kids. That's hard to let them go. But it's also good to see a kid come from start as an 8th grader and progress the progression that they make on and off the field.
Definitely. So just building a relationship with them and being able to definitely. Now, Coach, tell us about your opinion on the game of football today. We see, from when things started off, it was a lot of condensed formation stuff, like veer type stuff, and now the game is so spread out. Like we saw Mississippi State yesterday, with the air raid offense and just different things. Just tell us your opinion on the game and how do you feel it's changed?
Honestly, the game hasn't changed much, but it has changed. So it's a lot of spread formations, a lot of spread attacks, but it's still 11 on 11. The team that's playing together as a team gonna be better. The most physical team gonna most likely win the game. That's just the basics of football. And the veer is still two of the traditionally better teams in our state, and Jacarde and Acadiana, they still run the veer, which is old school football, and they're still very successful with it.
Right.
So you can't just forget about it. But the game has come a long way in terms of all the spread formations and the different people throwing different gadgets out there.
Definitely. So with that being said, you would say the game is still won in the line of scrimmage.
Correct. Oh, the trenches gonna win the game.
Definitely. Now, Coach, who would you say? We all have a role model of different people who we looked up to. I know mine when I was younger. It was a defensive tackle. His name was Norman Hand. He used to play with the Saints. Who would you say was your role model? In the coaching business that you looked up to from when you were young.
In the coaching business, it would be Trey Folk. That's easy. That's hands down. He came along the way when I was a sophomore in high school, and just a lot of his story. It was like once I got to hear him speak, it was like, dang. Like he competed with his older sister. I have an older sister that I competed with in terms of the classroom.
Right.
So we were ultra competitive in the classroom, in sports. It was just like, dang, this dude is a lot like me.
Right.
And then so my far role model would be Ray Lewis. And so he was like the Ray Lewis in my life.
Right.
He made it to the NFL. He played for LSU. He had a lot of stuff going for him.
Definitely.
And he definitely stood in the gap at that time in my life.
So if you could have coached, been a part of any Super Bowl, tell us what team you would have liked to coach and just tell us why.
It got to be the 2000 Baltimore Ravens with Ray Lewis. That team, that Super Bowl 35, that team was just so dominant on defense. I think Ray Lewis was quoted as saying, if the offense can give us 14 points, we're going to win throughout the playoffs. And when you got that much confidence and then you go out and back it up, I would have loved to been a part of that.
Right.
Definitely.
Man, that defense was, in my opinion, that's the best one in history. I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm only 24 years of age, so I haven't, seen the 80 Bears and all of them. But, from all of I've seen, that defense was just across the board. Just nasty, physical. It's you couldn't score on. It was. Well, that's all the questions I have for you.
Coach Carter, how do you instill confidence into your athletes?
By having understanding. So I don't necessarily go too hard on the guys. I put myself in their shoes. So if I'm putting myself in their shoes, how can I teach it better? How can I coach them up better? If a guy's not getting it, then I gotta change my approach because I understand what I want him to do. He doesn't necessarily understand what I'm trying to tell him. So that's what I try to do.
How do you prepare your athletes for game day throughout the week?
It's a lot of hours that goes into it. But we try as a whole. I can't say me. We try to put everybody in positions that they're comfortable with. So we try to keep guys doing the same things continuously over and over again, so we're not asking them to do too much.
So, can you please name all the positions that you played in the sports that you played as well? And did you, awards that you have achieved throughout your career, whether it's on a collegiate level or high school level, or even, being a high school coaches now, besides, y'all possibly 4 P that y'all on right now?
So the first sport that I played was baseball. I played shortstop. I batted in the 3-hole. That was kind of for a long time. I thought I was going to the MLB, and I thought like I was strictly a baseball player. Then I started playing a little bit of basketball. I started off as a big man. My dad's 6'5". As you can see, I didn't turn out to be that tall, so I didn't. My career didn't pan out as expected in basketball. And then football was kind of the latest, like the last sport that I picked up, and it grew on me because going into high school, I was an athlete. Like I played multiple sports. My sophomore year is kind of when everything kind of got cut. Like my football coaches were telling me, you're not going to be a basketball player, you're not going to be a baseball player, stick to this football. And then I met Coach Trey Folk, and he was a guy that I can really, be like, and not necessarily be like, but he had some of the answers that I was looking for at the time. So that was big for me. And in terms of accolades, I was all-state in football and baseball in high school. Then we won a SWAC championship in college when I was playing there. I ended up scoring a touchdown to seal the game in the SWAC championship at Grambling State University. Yeah, I was throwing that out there. So then after that, I get into coaching, and we've been pretty successful in the coaching. We won 3 state championships in a row.
I want to piggyback a little bit about your career. What was your academic major and the degree that you earned? Did you earn a 4-year degree, or?
I did earn a 4-year degree. I actually got it in about 3.5 years. It was in business management. Yeah, that was academic. And academics is really big for me, big for us as a coaching staff. We strive to get the most out of our guys, not just on the field, but in the classroom as well, and spiritually, in terms of having a relationship with guys.
Can you please tell the world some more athletes, some more standout athletes on your team that to be looking out for?
Yes, sir. I don't want to miss anybody.
Say them all.
We got a good bit of guys that can't play Division I football. 3 off the top of the head that do have the 4 off the top of the head that do have the offers already in hand. They're all juniors right now. We got Brylan Green, Fitzgerald West, Jordan Allen, and Macy Lewis. Those guys already have D1 Power 5 offers, but we also have some other guys who have the stature. We got Dylan Moses' cousin Tyrell Lockett. He plays on our D-line. He's a senior. We got Sean Ned, who plays outside linebacker, D-line. He's a senior, and he's got the size, the measurables to be, to be selected, be in the talks. We also have a few younger guys. Jalen Lawrence is an outside linebacker / safety. He can play the game the right way. And then offensively, we got so many, like we got some undersized receivers, but speed is, we got some speed on that offensive side of the ball. Cayman Scott, he's a guy that he can go 20 point in the 200. So he can roll. We also got Darian Riggs, who's at a slot receiver, and he can roll as well. So we got guys. We got a few guys, a few options. They're working hard. They're trying to get noticed. They're diamonds in the rough, man. Really.
Thank you. What is about your coaching style that separates you from others?
I would say I'm a player's coach, and not just in the traditional sense. I actually put myself in the player's shoes. I'm not so hard on them to where it's like you're gonna do this stuff my way or the highway, and that's it, cut and dry. No, I gotta understand them. I gotta feel you. So like it gotta be some type of relationship. It's not just you come and play for me, and after you get done playing, it's over with. I still get calls from guys that graduated 2-3 years ago on a weekly basis. Like it's not fake. Like it's for real. It's the reason why we've had some of the success that we've had. Like it's genuine.
For my last question, what is your burning desire?
I heard a guy goes around and give speeches on a coffee bean, being a coffee bean. So he got a couple of different scenarios. If you put a hard egg in water, what does it do? If you boil it in water,
I don't know.
You'll get a boiled egg, all right?
Okay,
So,
okay, yeah,
right. All right. So when life comes at you, you can do that. You can be hard. You can just shut off from the world. All right. A carrot, if you put it in boiling water, what'll happen to the carrot? It'll get mushy. It'll get soft. You know, salt. We've all met soft people. You know, and then too soft. If you're too soft, like it's good to be a nice guy, but you know, that's not really it. But then there's a coffee bean. If you put a coffee bean in water, what is it gonna do? It's gonna make coffee.
Yeah,
it's guaranteed to make coffee. So that's the only, like, the coffee bean is the only thing that changed everything around. So that's kind of what I would like.
Yeah. Well, that's hard.
So I would want to be the coffee bean in the situations in my life. I want to leave my imprint. I want people to say, man, you know what? That was a good dude, and I'm not the same because I came in contact with him. And that's pretty much what I want to do. Like that's who I want to be in life.
So can y'all tell us your social media platforms so the people that view this interview can follow y'all?
My Instagram is SageRyan_. My Twitter, SageRyan15. Snap.
You could, whatever you want, bro.
My Snap, SageRyan24.
I'm Jacarde Carter on all platforms except Instagram. I'm Cardi Carter. Take the J off. That's it.
Well, fellas, man, it's definitely been a pleasure, sitting down with you guys and running it. We appreciate y'all taking the time out of y'all day and spending it with Diamond and the Rough Sports Talk. Yes, sir. And with that being said, this will conclude this episode of Diamond.